Good morning, everybody. I just want to give everybody a couple of minutes to jump on, and of course, please do say hello in the chat box so I can see everybody that's jumping on live. And what I want you to do when you're watching this on the replay, I want you to pretend as if you're here with me live right now. So when I'm asking you questions, when I'm asking you to write in the comment in the chat box, I want you to do it like go along with me live as if you're live, even if you're watching this in the replay, okay? Because like I said in my emails, I want you to go all in. I don't want this to be just another workshop that you do and you're like, yeah, I'm going to go half-heartedly, I'm going to kind of see how it goes, or blah, 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 blah. No, I want you to commit. And like I said in my first video, commit as if you were paid £3,000 to be in this workshop. So commit that every single day, you're not showing up, you've just wasted £1,000. So I want you to commit as if you have gone all in. You've paid your £3,000. You're like, Tash, I am in this for the 3 days with you. Let's freaking go. Hello. Hey, everyone that's jumping on. Of course, say hello in the chat box so I can see everybody's names. Otherwise, I just see numbers. I just see the number stats going up. That's all I see. Whereas I want to see you. I want to see your soul. I want to see your name. I want to see your beautiful face. Hello. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy New Year as well. So this is Spring New Year, which I'm sure some of you may be aware. Obviously, we're in the spiritual realm, so we are very much about New Year's Eve. Everybody kind of thinks New Year's Eve happens at the end of December, and actually it's now. And I'm very excited because March is like one of my favourite freaking months ever because it's my birthday. It's my birthday tomorrow, and I'm very excited, and I'm excited to spend this week with you guys as well. So many new faces, which I'm absolutely loving. I love seeing new people come into my world. Hey Marie, hey Tony, hey Gemma. Hey Flowers by Kiki. Love that. Reminds me of that song, Kiki. You know, the Drake song. I love that. And before you ask, no, this isn't gin. This is water, but it's bougie water. What I like to say. So, amazing. Oh, thank you, Tony. Happy birthday, Eve. Yes, my birthday is normally like a whole month celebrations. Like we literally started probably celebrating last month. Keely, love that. Yeah, okay. So Flowers by Kiki. My name is Keely. Love that. Hey, Keely, and welcome. So, let's get started. This is going to be what you want it to be, okay? I'm going to bring it. I want you to bring it. So I'm going to ask you questions, and at times it may feel quite challenging because we're going to kind of go through a journey. I want to find out, and I want you to discover where you are right now. And that can be tough sometimes, but there's no judgment. There's no, in the realm of RRT, which is what I specialize in, which is rapid resolution therapy. This isn't about judgment. This isn't about you thinking you should be somewhere or further along. You are exactly where you are meant to be. So understand that first and foremost. Where you are right now is exactly, it couldn't have worked out any different. Like you are meant to be here right now, and you're meant to be where you are in your business right now. So I'd love for you to put into the chat box and tell me what it is that you do. What it is that you do. Try and be short and sweet and to the point. No links. I just want to find out what it is that you do. Are you a coach? Are you I know I've just literally accepted someone in right now, a parenting coach. You know, Keely's a florist, right? Tell me what it is that you do. Put that into the chat box for me. As you do that, I just want to go back over the competition. So don't forget, at the end of this week, you are having a chance to win 3 prizes with me. So the first prize is a one-on-one session with me. The second prize is one of my free masterclasses. Well, sorry, no, one of my paid masterclasses, which is called Abundant as Fuck, and which is £97. You're going to get that for free. And the third one is 1 month in the Tribe membership, which is my mindset membership. So they are the amazing prizes. How you win them is you share. Share your wins, share your golden nuggets, share what it is that you're going through. You know, whether it is, you know, you do a video and a snippet of me speaking, whether you do a post, that these have got to be, that's on your actual feed, on your Instagram feed. And don't forget to tag me and do the hashtag, okay? They're really, really important. Of course, you can do Insta stories and tag me. I'd love to see them as well. And then on Facebook, you can also share this live, right? And then at the end of the week, send all of your screenshots into my team, which is help@natashaclarkcoaching.com. and we're going to pick winners. And I'm very excited about this. Oh, excuse me. Yes. Oh, I'm loving this. Yes. Claire, currently training NLP and a breakthrough coach. Yes. Marie, SEN advisor for families and professionals. Gemma is an alcohol and mindset coach. Miriam is a parenting coach for mums with special needs children. Tony is a mindset coach for female professionals. Keely is florist and an independent travel agent. Amazing. Oh my goodness. Yes, I love this. Real mixed bag. Amazing. Okay, so we're in the right place. So now we know what it is that you do, right? So I'm going to say some things to you, and through this journey, I'm going to ask you questions, and we're going to discover where you are right now. And then as the week goes on, we're going to then discover where you want to get to. Then what we're going to do is we're going to bridge the gap energetically. So as you know, if you've watched the welcome video, if you haven't, don't worry, you can go back and watch it. I'm going to send all the links out to you on emails. You'll get all the replays like I got you. Also, don't forget to come and join the Facebook kind of like WhatsApp chat, right? Because I'm going to be putting all the links in there, just really accessible, okay? So it's going to be a journey, and I want us to discover bridging that gap, what it looks like energetically. Okay, I'm not going to be speaking about strategy, and I love strategy, but this is not what this workshop is about. This workshop is all about mastering the energetics, which is the most important part of business. You know, when you think and speak and be in somebody's world that's successful and has created the level of success that you desire in the way that you desire it, what's really important is you'll see the common denominator. There's a pattern, there's a theme, and that is the mindset work. That is actually going deep. Because if you believe it, you can receive it. If you believe it, you can achieve it. It all starts with the belief system, which we're going to go into. So I want you to think about your business goal. And I'd love for you to tell me in the chat box what that business goal is for you. What would you love to be saying to me? What would you love to be achieving in your business? You know, is it to get to 5K? Is it to get to the 10K mark? Would you like to make 6 figures in your business? Like, what is that business goal? Put that into the chat box for me and tell me. And don't overthink this. Like, let your unconscious mind just come up with an answer. Just allow it to think, allow it to feel. Don't let the judgment come in and, oh no, I can't really say that. Like, this is a safe space. We're here to cheerlead each other on. This, you do not have to be thinking, oh, I can't say that because I've just started, or I can't, 100K, I mean, that's too much, or 500K, oh my goodness, somebody else just put that and I want to make 1 million. Like, stop thinking about everybody else. I just want to hear about you and your business goal. Okay, to have 5K consistent months, yes. To have 5K profit a month, yes. I'm not actually sure. Is to just love to replace my current income. Okay, Gemma, well, let's get sure. Let's get clear. So whatever, okay, so you want to, we want to replace, Gemma, the just, okay? We don't want just this, because we actually want overflow in our business. Like, if you truly think about what it is that you want to make, how would it feel if you tapped into and you made what you currently make? Would you like more than that? And it's okay. Again, this will come down to, there'll be blocks there of why you don't want to say how much you want to earn. And I remember when it comes to talking about money, when I first started my business, I didn't really want to tell people what it is that I wanted to earn for 2 reasons. First thing is I was scared of judgment. I was scared that what people would think of me. That was the first thing. And the second thing is, when you are around your best friends that you've been best friends with from school, right? And I've got the most incredible best friends. Some of them, you know, when you think about business and what you can make in a month, some people make in a year. I know this because I was in corporate, even when I was modeling, right? I have in my business made in 1 month what I used to make a whole year in modeling. And at that point, I thought what I made a whole year in modeling was, and it was, a good wage, right? I earned well. So would I then bring that to my girlfriends group, you know, woohoo, I just made X amount of money, knowing full well that, you know, that's what I've made in a month. Some of them don't even make in a year. No, of course not. It's about choosing your audience. It's about having emotional intellect, right? you know, my best friends can do the numbers, you know, when I go, oh my God, and I don't make it about that. I don't go, oh my God, I just made this much money. I go, oh my God, I sold out my program. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I've got the most incredible 10 souls in Conscious Coach. Oh my goodness, I've just had 100 people join the tribe. You know, you can do the maths, right? So what's really important is I want you to understand that you have got this as a safe space. And as your coach for the week, I'm going to push you. I'm going to be that little kind of business coach in your like Polly the Pocket and going, come on, we can dream bigger. We can say we want these types of things. Like, it's okay to want money and want a shit ton of money. It's okay if you want to have a wildly successful empire and be able to transform people's mindsets from all around the world. This is the space for it. Okay, you are in the right space. I'd like to get to 10k month, build a team and train my group too. 10k consistent months. Yes, I have massive money blocks. You're in the right place. Yes, I love this. Okay, good. So from my journey of money, because I had huge money blocks, which was really interesting because I didn't think I did. Because I earned well and because I spent well, I thought, well, how you can't have a money story if that was the case. But that was exactly the case. I didn't feel safe making the money I did and holding on to money. That's why I would spend it. That's why as soon as I got paid, I would then go and buy the designer bags, go on to nice fancy bougie restaurants, book holidays, treat people because I didn't trust myself or feel I could hold money. I didn't see money as safety. I didn't see money as it would back me, it would hold me. I didn't see money as that. You can tell I had a lot of money story work to do. And in business, you're always going to be working through different things. And this is the beauty of rapid resonance therapy, being able to shift that. I have had at each different stages of my business. When you're first starting your business, you want to get to these months, okay? And then when you get there, for example, for me now, it's more about the safety and holding those bigger numbers and and having the capacity for those numbers. So at different levels in your business, you're going to always continuously be doing money mindset work, which is great, okay? It's all part of, I always say business is the biggest self-development journey you will ever go on. You're continuously learning about yourself, continuously pushing yourself, edging yourself, taking yourself outside your comfort zone, continuously. So, of course, this is going to be the biggest lesson in business to learn. So, okay, great. So we have our goals, okay? Now what I want you to think, so think about that goal in your mind. And I want you to finish the sentence. I don't have, and I'm just going to pull out 10k consistent months. I'm not at, or I'm not achieving, or I'm not receiving, or I'm not making £10,000 consistently in my business right now because. What is that because? And I want you to put it into the chat box. Tell me what you think that reason is. What is the reason, do you think, that you are not achieving these money milestones? What is the reason of why you are not there in business yet? And be honest with yourself. What is that comes after that because? And put that into the chat box. Gemma, I don't believe I can. Amazing. Thank you so much for your honesty. I love this, guys. Amazing vulnerability. Because I haven't got an online social presence yet. Absolutely. Procrastination. Because I don't believe it can. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, good. Whatever was going to come after that because, and hold your ears if you don't like swearing, is bullshit. Is absolute bullshit. Whatever you are going to tell me, what comes under that because, isn't facts. You may think it's facts, you may feel it's facts, but it is not facts. Hear this. You have thoughts, you are not your thoughts. I'm just going to let that land for a moment. You have thoughts, you are not your thoughts. Because right now, with some of those things that you've said, whether it be your social media presence, whether it be procrastination, whether you don't believe that you can, mind is going to go and find evidence, because that is what your unconscious mind's job is to do, is to keep you safe. So it finds evidence of why it needs to keep you safe. So to keep you safe, I'm going to let you play small and tell you that there's no way you can make 5k consistent month without social media presence, Tony. There's no way, Gemma, that you're going to be able to make that money because you've got massive money blocks, because you don't believe you can, right? So your mind is going to convince you of that. Oh yeah, that's why I can't get that. That's why that hasn't happened yet. That's why that happens for Natasha Clark and it doesn't happen for me. I'm here to call you out on this. I'm here to push you, right? So whatever you were going to tell me, I'm going to call you out and say, that's not true. Mind may be perceiving that as truth, but that doesn't mean that is the truth. So think about this. We take this truth and we run with it. So we say, I'm a procrastinator. I just don't believe in myself enough. Okay? So we take this on as truth. I'll give you an example. When I used to always tell myself I wasn't good with money, because my mind was giving me so much evidence of all the times that I had money and I spent it. Mind was giving myself the evidence of how I was in debt. Mind was giving myself all the evidence of how other people were absolutely slaying life at my age, whatever that age was at that particular time, of why I wasn't a success and those people are, why they were always going to make it and I never was. Mind was giving myself the evidence of, well, you weren't good enough to get into that audition. You weren't slim enough, because remember in ballet you were getting told every single day you were fat. What about when it didn't work out in the girl band? What about when your dancing career didn't work out? What about when you had to do modelling for 8 years? All of these little nuggets, mind is perceiving it as evidence. It's like when you break up with somebody and then you go on to try and meet somebody else. Your mind goes back to all the evidence of all the twats that you dated. And that's why there's no good men left, right? All the good men are taken. I will never be able to meet someone that does this, this and this, because you're going on the evidence of everything that's happened in the past. But unconscious mind doesn't understand the difference between what has happened. It perceives it as it's happening now. So if something's happening now, you're going into fight or flight, which guess what? The unknown, jumping on social media, being visible, the next level in business, let's say you're at 10k months, getting that 20k is the unknown. Having your first client, getting that to 5k consistent months, they're all the unknown. So when mind sees it as the unknown, clearing my chakra, truth is coming. When it's the unknown, our brain wants to keep us safe. And what's safe? The known, your comfort zone. Where you are right now, you know this. Even if, for example, when I was struggling for money, when I was in debt and I was trying to make the business a success, even though my conscious part of my brain wanted the 5k, the 10k months, that wanted consistent cash flow, wanted to be making money in my business, that wanted revenue, wanted it so bad, I was in the desperate, needy Natasha lack mindset, rather than the abundance, overflow, freaking got this, we're good to go mindset. So what was happening was, because I needed it so bad, wanted it so bad, my mind had evidence of how money used to make me feel anxious. Money used to make me threat. Money used to make me feel like a little bit sicky in my stomach and not really sleep so well. So guess what? The one thing what mind was going to prevent me from getting was money. Even though on this side of it was the one thing that I really, really wanted. But on this side of it, unconscious saw it as unsafe. Because every time Natasha opens her bank account, or every time Natasha doesn't sign a client, or every time Natasha gets money, how it makes her feel is unsafe. She's in fight or flight. The fear is completely collapsing her. So guess what? We're not going to give her the one thing that's making her feel this crap, even if it's the one thing that you want. Can you understand this? Can you understand how mind is blocking you? Your own thoughts are blocking you. And that is why your belief system is extremely important. That's why I'm starting with this today. In order for us to be able to reach those levels in business, to activate those next level in businesses, we have got to work on our own mindset. We have got to work on our belief systems. And it's not your fault, okay? I don't want you to think, oh my God, I'm a shitty person, or I'm a negative Nelly. It's something I use all the time, right? It's not your fault. For whatever age you are, you have had that many years of conditioning, whether it be your parents, and it's not their fault, or your caregivers or your grandparents. It's not their fault, because they only know what they knew from what they got taught. Think about education. You know, you must get good grades to get a good job. And once you get a good job, you're safe for life. Where about us entrepreneurs? Where do we fit into all of this? What about if we were the creative kids in school and not the ones that would sit down and get amazing grades? Where was our outlet? Where was the money mindset work in school for us to be able to learn about this and understand that we don't have to work hard to earn this money? Money is energy. What if we could learn to tap into that and how successful we could all be then? Like, these are all the things that I want you to release off the pressure of you should have known better. You know as much as you do with the information that you had to learn from it. And it comes with social media. It comes from the educational. It comes from books. It comes from podcasts. It comes from the news. All of these things are all to do with your conditioning. So what we're going to do is we need to recondition it. So we want to think about all these things that are keeping you stuck right now. So I'd love for you to tell me in the chat box the beliefs that you have, the negative beliefs that come up. What are the negative patterns, stories, or thoughts that are keeping you stuck right now? So put them into the chat box. And again, there's no judgment. There is not one limiting belief that any of you are going to write into that chat box. So I'm going to be like, never heard that one before. Or I've never experienced that before. I've never had a client not experience that before. Like, nothing you tell me is going to shock me. I say this to my clients all day, every day, because it's the truth. I've been doing this 5.5 years. I have absolutely heard it all from my own mouth, my client's mouth, and my audience mouth, okay? Yes, Samantha, I'm not good enough. Had that one. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. That's a huge one. I'm not good enough. I won't be successful. Absolutely. I'm not slim enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not articulate enough. I come from South London. I don't dress like most coaches. I don't speak like most coaches. I don't have the master's or the business degree that most coaches have. I didn't go to university. I'm not organised enough. I've said smart enough. I'll say that one again because that really came up so much for me. I'm not confident enough. There's no way I could grow my Instagram to X amount of followers. There's no way I could show up. What if I stutter? What if I say the wrong thing? What if someone judges me? And I was so much a person that pleases people because I love it. I love to make people happy, and probably why I went into coaching. I love to change lives. I love to leave somebody better off than what before they came to me. That's what I love. Whether you meet me on the street, at the school run, or you're one of my clients, or you're one of my besties, okay? That's how, for me, that was my intention. But that came so much into, I was so scared to be the unapologetic version of myself because what if I wasn't liked? And we are humans, okay? This is one of our core survival needs, right? And if you think about back when we were cave women, we had to be in a pack, and for us to be in a pack, community and connection was extremely important. Well, that's the same, but just on social media. That's why our self-worth gets determined on if a post goes viral or not, how many likes that we got, if a client said yes, how much money that we made, what car we drive. We're always looking for that external validation of we are enough, because we are so consumed in our brain, our mind is so programmed with these reasons of why we cannot be successful. And what happens is we are great liars. We are. Every single one of us is a fantastic liar. And what do I mean by this? Because you are lying to yourself every single day of how you're not smart enough, how you cannot be successful, how you can whatever was after that, because it's stopping you right now. They are lies. They are not facts. It's just a thought. Like, this is just a thought of, oh my goodness, that lemon looks quite big actually, right? This is just a thought. Oh my goodness, how beautiful are my flowers? It's just a thought. This is blue. This is quite a cool pen. These are all thoughts, right? But see how a thought doesn't have the power. We give the power to our thoughts. So that I'm not good enough. That could just be that's a blue highlighter. But in fact, it's not. Why? Because we give it the power. We go, oh my goodness, yes, I'm not good enough. There's no way I'm smart enough to be able to do run a business. There's no way I could make 10K. I wouldn't even know what to do with 10K. Oh my God, I made 5K in my last business or in last month, but that was a fluke. There's no way I could do that again. Oh my God, who would actually pay me 50K to come and work with me one-on-one? Oh my goodness, who would actually pay me £5 to come and join my online masterclass? Like, fill in the blank, whatever it is. Your mind is going to continuously convince you that way. So guess what? You are on the perfect street to not successful land. We don't want that. I don't want that. I want you to do, in the Usher words, a U-turn. We are on the lane to success. Like, we're on the one route only, and that is successful land, okay? Full stop. So what we need to do is we need to be able to shift these beliefs, because it's these beliefs. Fear of failing, yes. Fear of being successful, absolutely, Tony. Yes, Gemma. There must be something that I'm doing wrong. Yeah, and listen, when it comes to strategy, there could be tweaks. You know, of course, if I was to look at your business and go, okay, right, there's definitely ways we can change this, and you're missing this part or this. But it all starts, like, strategy aside, strategy is kind of like the vehicle. We need the fuel, because that beautiful Porsche isn't going anywhere unless it's got the right fuel in it. Even if you get the top of the range petrol, you put that into that Porsche, which is diesel only, that Porsche is going nowhere. And that's what I want you to see it as. The vehicle is the strategy. The fuel is what we're working on, which are these beliefs. And that was another great one, fear of success. Some people go, how can you be scared of being successful? Yes, you can, because you're so scared that things are going to change. The unknown, right? Remember, mind sees the unknown as danger. What happens that, here's a bit of science, when we go into fear, blood rushes down from our brain to our body, goes down to our legs. Why? Because mind is back in the cave days where we would be hunting for food, see a saber-toothed tiger, and we would need fear to kick in, because fear drains the blood from our head, gives our legs, make them powerful, gives us adrenaline so we can run and we can outrun the saber-toothed tiger. Problem is, unconscious mind doesn't understand now. We are not the cave women that mind thinks we are. We are not running from saber-toothed tigers. Instead, it sees that as, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough. So as soon as we have these fears, there's no way I could be successful. I won't be able to manage £10,000 a month. Oh my goodness, what about a team? What about this? So this becomes the new fear. Now, what happens is when blood goes down to our legs and our legs become really strong, that's actually not serving us, because when, let's say, a potential client is interested in working with us and turns around and says no, or goes with a different coach or consultant or another service provider, we don't actually need strength in our legs. We're not actually running anywhere. What we do need is we need intuition. We need logic. But when our blood is going through our brain, how can you find solutions? How can you tap into intuition? How can you find joy and find the energy? You can't, because blood is being drawn from our brain. So this is the science behind when we feel fear. And fear isn't a bad thing. And fear does get a really bad rap. Oh, it's because I'm scared. Well, no, because there's things I get scared about. I'm human. You can still be scared and successful. Because the difference is I hold fear. I don't fear fear anymore. And due to what I teach in Conscious Coach with RRTs, I'm able to hold fear. So I'm able to observe fear, because actually I don't want to get rid of fear. Because fear is what's going to help me when I'm crossing a road and a car's coming towards me. Fear is what's going to help me when I'm walking down an alleyway and I've got my earphones in and I'm not aware of what's going on around me. Fear is what I need it to kick in for. But I hold fear in situations like when I want to invest into my business, when I want to go past the comfort zone of, oh, this feels like an edge, this feels scary, what if it doesn't work out, what if I'm not smart enough and good enough, and all of those limiting beliefs try to come up again. Fear's right here. Fear isn't holding me back. I'm holding fear. I have the control over fear, because I understand that I have the power. I am not my thoughts, I have thoughts. I'm not my emotions. Do you know those feelings when you go, people say, you know, for example, let's say if you're upset and people use the words, I'm heartbroken. Okay. When people are struggling for money, people say, I'm broke. No. That is a thought which is equaling, which is creating an emotion, which is creating a sensation. You are not broke. Like, you are not physically broke. You can't be. We don't say, I am a glass. Right? So what we do is we take on these thoughts and we take them on as if they are facts, as if we are broke, as if we are struggling, as if, of course, we can call out how we have been experiencing things. That's very different. That's why RRT is really important, to be able to tap into this. That's why EFT is really good, emotional freedom tapping, to be able to tap through everything that you are feeling and be able to shift through that very, very quickly. So all of these things that you are telling me about, this is the reasons why you are not successful. What if we were to rip them up? What if you were to rip them up and just literally visualize this right now? You've written down all the reasons, and this is actually one of your tasks that I want you to do. I want you to list out in your journal on a piece of paper every single reason, every single belief that comes up for you, that's limiting you, that's stopping you from not reaching that next level of success in your business. I want you to write out every single thing, however small and minute it is. I do not care. If it's up there, we need it down there. We need it written down. Then, once you've written it all down, I want you to say, I am not my thoughts, I have thoughts. I'm not my emotions, I have emotions. I'm not my sensations, I have sensations. And I want you to rip that goddamn paper up and burn it. Burn it, right? Burn it, because today is day one. Today is the day where we go, enough is enough. I am not staying stuck anymore. I'm not giving my power away to these thoughts. Like, they're just thoughts. And these thoughts are what keeping you stuck. These thoughts are the things that are keeping you like fully embodied into where you are right now. And I want to share with you a really interesting story of, and too many, you know, as you'll probably know, if you're new to my world, you'll realize I'm very honest, very raw, and very real. So when I first started my business, I had all these limiting beliefs. Every single one that you're going to bring up with, I had it. I had the fear around, I don't have enough money to be successful. I don't have the energy. I don't have the time. I'm not good enough. All of these things I had, right? Now what happens is when we do mindset work on them, so when we do affirmation work, we're tapping into meditation and those tools and techniques, which are very, very powerful, they are great vehicles. You're going to hear me talk about this a lot. And I was able to shift through them and build a successful business. Now, last year, I went through one of the hardest years personally that I've ever experienced in my life. And I share this in Conscious Coach, everything that went through. And it completely rocked me. It completely rocked my confidence. I felt like I had a confidence crisis, an identity crisis. I knew how to be a badass in business, and I always knew that I would be a good mum. But what I was struggling to navigate through was being able to be amazing at both of them. And so much of me had changed from having Santiago that my business hadn't changed. So I'd kind of outgrown so much of my business, and it just wasn't at that same level. I had, oh my goodness, I should be at 7 figures by now. Like that was the limiting belief, the BS that I was letting myself control me last year. And this is where I found RRT, Rapid Resolution Therapy, and why I teach and why I'm so passionate about this in Conscious Coach, because it will completely transform your whole freaking life. Never mind your business, never mind your bank account, never mind your clients. And I'm so passionate about this because I'm the living example. I'm so passionate about this because all the girls that went through Conscious Coaching round one, I'm so freaking proud of their transformations. Because, let me explain this. When we have underlying beliefs, and when they're unconscious, they may not be very known, which was my example. So when things were coming up for me that were triggers in my life, unresolved traumas and unresolved limiting beliefs were coming up for me. And you cannot paper over the cracks. You can't, because that crack will just continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. You've got to go deep. You've got to go deep and face these limiting beliefs and say to yourself, okay, for example, Gemma, fear of failing. Why do you have a fear of failing? Like, what's the evidence to support that? Tony, I'm scared of being successful. Where's this come from? For us to be able to dig into that, okay? Shanice, there must be something I'm doing wrong. Where's that coming from? Because there's always going to be something where that has come from, okay? And going through this process, that's why it's called Rapid Resolution Therapy, because it's able to tap into what mind is perceiving as happening right now. That's why you're getting the sensations, the physical responses to a thought. So to a mental thought, you are getting a physical response to it. So that's why when you open your bank account, whatever that number is, that's why you get the physical response from it. I've got clients that look at their bank accounts and want it to be at a different amount, and they make it mean everything about themselves. They're a failure, they're not good enough, I can't believe I'm not making this money. I've got clients that are got 6 figures in their accounts and they don't feel safe, because it's not the money that makes you feel safe. You have to tap into those emotions and you have to feel their safety within yourself, because once you feel safe, worthy, enough, open to receiving, you can't help the money to come. You can't help for the clients to come. Don't forget, it's energy. It's an energetic response when you're putting out there. It's just an exchange of value. So it's all about tapping into what mind has been conditioned with, those, and being able to discover what they are, so we can actually shift them so that you can feel lighter and clearer. So you can shift through, I always say it, shift through the subconscious shit, and then we're going to stack up the satisfaction. That's what we do. That's basically on a whole what I teach you in Conscious Coach. And my girls that have been through Conscious Coach will know that and rep that with me. So I want you to write down all of those things that are blocking you. And what I want to do now is I want to go through the 6 success sabotagers. I actually like to call them the 6 success suckers, because they are, from my experience, the things that are sucking your success from you. Because everybody innately is deserving of success. Every single person. There's nothing that you could have done, or from what you've experienced, or from where you're from, or from who you, whatever. There is no reason why you cannot be wildly successful. And I shared my story with you in the welcome video and the intro, to give you a snippet of, once I was able to clear through all those unconscious bullshit that was coming up for me, of course I was able to build a wildly successful business, beyond my own even wildly successful. Like, you know, every day I pinch myself and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so grateful for my work. I'm so grateful for my clients. I'm so grateful for this business that gets to change freaking lives. Okay? But we've got to tap into these 6 success suckers. They're like vampires that are like sucking us. The first one is the confidence in yourself, your ability, and your self-worth. Your confidence in yourself, in your ability, and in your self-worth. If you have not mastered the confidence in yourself, you as a whole, knowing that innately you are enough. You're not enough because you make 10K. You're not enough because you sold out your program. You're not enough because you drive a Range Rover, and you're not enough because you've bought your dream house and you've got your dream office. Like, that is not the reasons why you are enough. You will try and convince yourself that that's the reason. Oh, but if I had £10,000 in the bank account, I would feel like this. I would do like this. No, that is not what it is. And we're going to come on to that in day 3, I believe, about those next level goals. You have to master the confidence from within, being able to wholly, innately go, I am freaking enough. I'm enough just as I am. For the person I am, the soul. We are spiritual souls experiencing life in a physical experience. That's all it is. So we always have to tap back into the realness of things. And the reason why you have a business is because of you. It's not the business, it's you. So we need to make sure that we're mastering you and that we've got that inner game down. So the confidence in yourself, because if you don't have the confidence in yourself, in your ability, how can you show up on social media? How can you charge your worth when you're not even backing yourself? You're not going to buy into something if the person themselves are not even confident about it. Think about when you say to someone, oh, well, those flowers last a week, and they go, you're not going to buy them, are you? Whereas if someone goes, will they last a week? Absolutely, yeah. This lily, blah, 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 you're going to absolutely back that person. So having that confidence in yourself, your work, your transformation, who you are, your morals, what you stand for, your brand, you as a CEO, you as a person, and being able to detach away from your worth being encapsulated by your net worth. I do not look at my online banking and go, I'm a freaking badass because of the number that I see. And this is where you master that inner game. This is where the work is, girls. This is where we need to master this. You want to be looking at that bank account and being completely detached away from whatever number that is. Because you are not your bank account. You are not your number. You are not your car and your house and your business, right? You are you, and mastering that. And now you might already be listening to this and going, that's already me. I definitely need to work on that. And if that's you, then great. Your awareness is potent, and it's what's going to create these shifts for you. So if you relate to this, number one, put number one in the chat box. And as I go through all 6 of them, you may find that you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and that's okay. The fact you are badass enough to go, I can recognize that this is what I need to work on, then that is why you're going to be a wildly successful businesswoman. Awareness is key. Taking radical responsibility and being able to change your circumstances and situations by putting the mirror back on yourself. I do this every single day, every single week. Everything that comes up, I'm like, okay, I need to reflect this back on me. What work do I need? And what I done last year was really kind of put the mirror on myself and go, right, what work do I need to do? Who do I need to hire to help me? And how do I want it to feel? Okay, yeah, we've got some ones in the house. Brilliant, freaking great. Number 2, your belief system, the inner work. You're going to hear me talk about this a lot. What you are saying to yourself on a constant basis is why you have the reality you do right now. And that may hit home. And this is coming from a complete and utter place of love for you. I say this with absolute love, because as entrepreneurs, we need to be real with ourselves and go, the reason why my current reality is looking like this is because of what's going on up here. And the great thing about this, if we are the reason, if we're the cause of your current reality, guess what? You're damn right, you're the solution. You're the only person that can change it, because you're the only person that caused it. And we can change this, okay? So, your thoughts, your feelings, the conditioning, your unconscious mind. So we have around 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day, which is a huge amount. Like, just think about that, those numbers for a moment. Between 60 and 80,000 thoughts a day. And 95% of them are on repeat. So you can imagine when you're saying that negative thought, or you're having that limiting belief, and sometimes you're not even realizing it's habitual. So it's just constantly just going round and round and round and round and round. So guess what? When it's on repeat and you're convincing yourself of it, and it's something you hear all of the time, you're going to take that data as reality, surely. You're going to hear that and be like, absolutely, this is the truth. Because you've convinced yourself of it. So that's why your self-talk and how you talk to yourself, and your thoughts equal your words equal your emotions equal your actions or inactions. It's really important that you understand that everything that has got you to where you are today is because of your conditioning. And all of those thoughts that are going around in your head, all of those are having a knock-on effect to the reality that you have created right now. And that reality can be changed. 1,000,000%, and will be changed. Stick with me, it will be changed. Right? And these, from the ages of 0 to 7, is when your beliefs are formed. So you think about when, 1 minute, let me get Penelope because she's barking. Come on. Someone's come to our door. She's barking. This is Penelope, everybody. This is my little baby girl, my little pom. From the ages of 0 to 7 is when we are like sponges. So as children, that's why we believed in Father Christmas, because our mums, our dads, our grandparents, our caregivers told us the story about Father Christmas. Think about when you were 4, you weren't going, well, prove to me there's a Father Christmas. You were going, oh my goodness, Santa Claus. So I want you to write a letter, and then we're going to post it in this imaginary box, and then just by magic, this guy goes all around the world and delivers every good child a gift in one night, all around the world. And you're like, wow, oh my goodness, this is... Why? Because you don't have logic. From the age of 0 to 7, we don't have logic. We're all in our unconscious mind. So, of course, you think about when you speak to your children, you know, Santiago doesn't understand, don't run in the road because the car's going to come and is going to hurt you. He doesn't understand that. He's 2 and nearly a half. He doesn't understand that. He's just a sponge that soaks up everything mummy and daddy and his caregivers tell him, right? So that's why I say to you, you have these beliefs because they have been so ingrained into you, and you were a sponge at that age that you actually believe they're true, the tooth fairy. So imagine then getting told, whatever age you were, that there was no Father Christmas. You're like, what the actual... What do you mean? I remember I was absolutely heartbroken when I found out there was no Father Christmas. My older sister told me. I'll never forgive her. So your belief systems are extremely important. And if you can go from believing in Father Christmas to get told there's no Father Christmas, you can believe in yourself. Okay? And I'm here to convince you of that. Because you have the power within you. Know that. Third one, you're letting fear dictate to you. You're letting fear have the power over you. Because let me ask you this. Have you ever seen fear? Like, have you ever seen fear in a physical object or person? Like, what does fear look like? No. Because fear isn't a thing, it's a feeling. What causes the feeling? Your thought. Is the penny starting to drop? Okay, so if my thought is creating this feeling, which is creating this sensation of fear, then I actually have the control over this. Yes, you do. That's why when we in business get offered an opportunity to invest into ourselves, we naturally, majority of people, back away and go, oh my goodness. No, because what if I don't make my return investment? What if this isn't a successfulness? What if this isn't a success? What if it's not the right step for me? What if I can't do this? What if I don't commit? All of these things. Now that comes down to the first three: your confidence in your ability, your belief system in your inner work, and you're letting fear dictate to you. So of course you're going to stay stuck. Do you not think that every successful entrepreneur doesn't feel fear? Listen, as your business grows, you invest hugely more. This isn't just about marketing. This isn't just about investing into a coach and mentor. Then you invest into teams. Then you invest into softwares. Then you're paying £600 just up front just to have a software on your laptop. Then you're investing into taking on full-time, part-time team members. Then there's systems. Then there's more marketing, right? So get freaking used to investing in yourself. And that's why we need to nail these success suckers now in order for you to build this wildly successful business. And that's why I say about holding the fear. You've got to learn to hold this fear, okay? So that's number 3. Number 4 is the lack of knowledge. Like, how do we know what we don't know? Well, you don't. That's why when I first started my business, I didn't know about Facebook ads. I didn't know about algorithm. I thought that was a form of sushi. I didn't know about active campaign, email marketing, social media, hashtags. I didn't know any of this, okay? But what we do is when we don't know something, we invest to learn about it. We invest financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. We invest in order for us to understand that. And people go, oh my God, like you just know so much now about business. But I've been going 5.5 years. I have invested and took every possible opportunity that I could have to get myself into the right rooms, to be learning from experts, to be making sure that I am growing every single day. Because I see this as, if you look at a flower in front of you, if that flower isn't growing, it's dying. What business wants to die? What business owner wants to die, right? You want your business to flourish, to grow, to expand, to activate. But you have to give it the love, the affection, the attention, the energy, the intention in order to make that happen. So just because you don't know something isn't a good enough reason to not know it. And this is where I want to ask you, are you looking from this from a point of view of opportunity, from a point of view of excitement, or are you looking at it from a problem? Because I think Arnold says this. He says, you can have results or excuses, but you can't have both. And I'm like, boom, it's so true. You can sit here and we could meet 5 years down the line and I'm like, so you're on my free workshop. Like, what happened? You're like, Didn't do it, didn't take the action. You know, I didn't get to the next level. I really wanted to get my business to 6 figures, multi-6, 7. I just didn't know what to do. And I'm looking at you going, were you offered other things, solutions and offers that you could have taken in order for you to get that knowledge? Yeah, I just didn't take it. You don't want to hold on to those regrets. You want to make sure that you're taking every single opportunity in order for you to grow, in order for your business to grow. That's extremely important. And that comes with radical responsibility. So if you don't know, you better get to know. Rock with the rhythm and the go with the flow. 1, 2, 3, and away we go, right? You need to get to know. So when you have lack of something, I don't sit here and go, oh my goodness, I don't know how to invest. Oh my goodness, I don't know how to scale my business. Oh my goodness, I don't know how I'm going to scale this next level offer. Like I don't. I go, right, what do I want to do and who can help me do this? That's what I want to do. This is where I want to get my business to. Who do I feel connected to? Who do I feel that's going to be able to help me with it? And then I hire that coach and mentor to be able to get me there. Okay? So the lack of knowledge is what's stopping your success, because you're just sitting there with that, I don't know how to do this. Well, then pay to know. Find out the know. Pay for it. Number 5, consistency. This comes up so much, and this is what's blocking your success. That if you're not going to stay committed and consistent, and this will be really interesting how consistent and committed you are to this workshop. How bad do you want it? Well, then you will make time to show up to the lives or watch the replays. Be active in it. Put in #replay. Oh my God, Tash, I'm watching the replay. Right? How you show up for one thing in your life, you show up for everything. How you show up to go to the gym, work on your fitness, how you show up to eating, how you show up for your friends, your family, your children, your business, your partner, money, your energy. How you show up for one thing, you show up for everything. And not being consistent isn't what's going to get you the success. Because I hate to break it to you, but to have a successful business, you need to be consistent. You need to be consistent on the work on yourself, your energy, your potency, your strategy, showing up consistently for your clients, visibility. Like there's so many different areas in business where you need to be consistent. You can't, it's not just I'll just see how this goes. This isn't a wing it. This is a business. And if you want to go on that wing it, then what happens with that is winging it will only get you so far. It will never get you to the levels of business that you want to get to. Okay, so winging isn't a strategy. Being consistent with yourself, whatever that may look like, whatever, but being consistent and showing up to yourself and going, I'm freaking going all in with this. I deserve it, my business deserves it, my clients deserve it, my audience deserve it, my family deserve it, my bank balance deserves it, my soul deserves it, I deserve it. All of these deserve it. So you need to freaking go all in and go, no, I am going to be consistent as fuck. I'm going all in. I'm going to take Tasha's attitude and go no matter what. Write that into the chat box right now. Commit to a no matter what attitude. And the 6th thing is energy. When you don't know how to balance your masculine and your feminine energy, it will be the sucker of your success. Because what happens is when we're too in our masculine energy, it will turn out to burnout. You'll be depleted. You might fall out of love in your business because you're completely burnt out and you're so busy do, hustle. You've never once tapped into the feminine energy. When you then are too in your feminine energy and not actually doing any of the practical things, and you know, I'm a spiritual CEO, right? I'm all about the inner and the tapping into the feminine energy. But someone has got to click the PayPal button. Someone has got to create the posts. Someone has got to create the website, the offer. Because how do you expect to get clients for them to pay you? Right? The practical steps, the strategic steps has got to be the vehicle, remember? So what you want to do and master is the balancing both of the energies. Starting with the intention, working on yourself, tapping into the mind, body and soul connection of you being the most incredible version of yourself. And then we use that as the vehicle, which is the doing. It's the showing, right? It's like The Secret. one of the most incredible books, and I'm sure probably single one of you has read it. Problem is with The Secret, it misses a really important factor, which is the inspired action, like the doing. No amount of meditation and affirmations is going to get your dream business. It has got to be a collective. You've got to do the inner work and marry that with the masculine strategy executing part of it. And when you're not in balance, when there's too much of one, you're not going to be in flow. So this is what we call alignment, when we're able to marry up both of them, the masculine and the feminine energy. Here comes Tash with the energy. Yes, Jodie, you know. Yes, no matter what. Actually, no matter what. Exactly. Because we're no matter what badasses. Like, we're going all in, whatever happens, right? So I'd love to know, out of all of those numbers, and maybe they're all of the numbers, tell me which relate to you. What resonates with you? Number 1, the confidence in yourself, your ability and your worth. Number 2, your belief system and inner work. Or is the letting the fear dictate to you? Is that your number 3? 4, is it the lack of knowledge? 5, is it the consistency? And 6, is it the energy? It could be all 6 of them. And that's okay. We're here to be aware of what it is that we actually need to work on. Because once we then know, we can fix it. We can change it. We can shift it. That's the easy bit. Love that. Loved your honesty. Yep. Okay, so for Jodie, it's consistency, number 5. Clara, all of them. Yep. 1, 5 and 6, all of them. Yep. Number 2, all 6 totally drained by masculine energy at the minute. Absolutely, Gemma. Yep. And that will just end in burnout. And what will happen is I see so many of my entrepreneurs and they come to work with me. They're like, I've fallen out of love with my business because I'm so busy doing and I don't feel that I'm getting the reward. I don't feel like I'm getting the outcome, the result that I deserve. And I'm like, this isn't a strategy thing. We need to work on you. We need to work on you. We need to get that energy, that flow, the alignment, the excitement, right? You should be in love with your business. It should be an extension of yourself. Like, I jump out of bed every single day, not physically because I've got chronic back pain, but mentally, emotionally, energetically, I do, because I love my work. I'm an embodiment of my transformation. Everything that I teach and I preach is because I've experienced and I've gone through it all. So this is just, I always say it's like my baby. I've got Penelope, Santiago, my 2 ducks, Apollo and Athena, and I got my business, right? And I love it. And it's making sure that in your business, you're doing the things that light you up. You're in your zone of genius. And that comes with knowing yourself. That comes from being open to receiving, being in the energy of money, being in energy of abundance. And of course, clients just DM you for the payment link. Of course, they want to work with you. Of course, they don't need to go through objections of wanting to work with you, because you're in such alignment that of course you're going to attract that. I always find it really interesting when I get people saying to me, oh Tash, I just don't seem to be having clients sign up, and I'm like, I really want them to invest in themselves. I'm like, are you? No, because I don't have the money, or don't have the energy, or I don't have them. I'm like, well then your clients, your audience are just mirroring what it is that you're putting out there. It's like if you were talking about fear and then you're letting fear stop you, that's not alignment. If you're talking about investing in yourself to your audience, yet you're not doing it, that's not alignment. Everything is energy, and energy is everything. So whatever you're saying, you may think, I'm saying the right thing to get clients to sign up, but they're feeling your energy. It's not what you're saying, it's your energy. That's why I say it's not what you do with your strategy, it's the potency of the energy behind it. And a great example of this is I done 2 launches with exactly the same strategy. One made 60k, one made 600. How's that? If you have a strategy that works, why was the money different? Because it's not the strategy. The strategy is the vehicle. It was the fuel I was putting into it. It was the potency of my energy. It was my belief system. That's the work. That's what's important. That is what's going to drive your business to your next freaking level. And this is the most incredible thing, is we get to start this work with you. This workshop, All this stuff that I'm teaching you and getting you to push through in this workshop is to work on you. And that's because without you, we don't have a business. So we cannot for any much longer allow these limiting beliefs to hold us down. We make a stand. Today's your day where you go, I am done with allowing my thoughts to having the power. I understand it's been trying to keep me safe and I thank you for that. But it's not necessary. I don't need this anymore. I have the power. I'm taking back the power. I'm going all in with Natasha Clark with these 3-day workshops. Like, let's freaking bring it. So, what I'd love you to do is I want you to write a list out of all those limiting beliefs that come up for you. And you can kind of do it as a bubble and, you know, like a spidergram. If you want to do that, you can list them all out. And I want you to write down every single reason of why, what's stopping you. And then we're going to burn that motherfucker. And then we are going to rip it up. You can bury it. You can borrow it. You can bury it. You can burn it. And you can bin it. How about that? Bury, bin, or burn. It's up to you what B you do. Please do it safely. I don't, be safe when you're doing fire, right? Please. Tash, you are bringing your incredible teaching to us once again. You are on fire, girl, and get me fired up on a Monday morning. Hallelujah. Yes, yes, yes. It's time to push that ego aside and let our soul take charge. Yes, Clara. Freaking yes. I've got the bestest badasses in this freaking group. I knew it. I knew that I would attract the most incredible souls to this workshop. And I'm just going to give you some behind the scenes, right? We have had over 1,000 people sign up for this workshop. And there's been a tech problem. So from one piece of software to the other, they haven't then gone over to my email list. So of course they haven't been getting the emails to come into the group, right? Now, to somebody that's not attached to their soul and understanding that I'm not going to let that define me. That's cool. That's a problem we can solve. Literally, I found out about this 10 minutes before I was about to go live. I could have panicked and freaked out and gone, oh my goodness, everyone's not in the group. I really want them. I don't want them to miss their live and this energy. Blah. Or I was like, it's cool. Universe, I know you're going to deliver the most incredible souls to me. Me and my team will work this out afterwards. We'll get everybody that needs to be into this group or wants to be into this group into the group. And everybody that's meant to be on this journey with me will be on this journey with me. And I'm so freaking excited. This is just day one. This is just day one. I have realised I have missed doing these live workshops so much. So I am bringing it. Yes, I'm 100% meant to be here. Yes, we are meant to be here. Absolutely. And those incredible souls that are floating somewhere in between softwares will, if they're meant to, be found and be brought into this group. I'm so freaking excited. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Go and have the most epic rest of your day. And I will not see you, it's not tomorrow. Our day 2 will be Wednesday. Okay, so you've got enough time to kind of watch the replay, get entering for the competition, get sharing. I'd love for you to literally slide into my DMs any day, right? Slide into my DMs and tell me some golden nuggets, what you're going to work on, why this has been so great for you. Like, I want to share this incredible message. Okay, Gemma, yes, we've got some stars going. The universe has our backs. But we have to take the first step. Oh my goodness, Jodie. Absolutely. We've got to take the inspired action. You know, I can come into your world, but unless you actually come and join the Facebook group and show up for the lives or watch the replays, then I can't change your life. Thank you so much for this amazing energy. I'm in the right place. Yes, you are, Samantha. Thank you so much. Happy birthday for tomorrow. Oh, you little stars. Thank you so much. See you Wednesday. Yes, badasses. See you freaking Wednesday. Bye-bye.